So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the 3D warehouse. I'm in my Sketchup file that I created with the materials assigned to some of the components or the elements in the project. And now I'm going to go to the 3D warehouse. Before I do that, however, I will create a tag for the first components that I'm going to bring in. Oops, I'm going to call my I'll just tag trees and shrubs. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to go to the 3D warehouse, and here I'm going to search for some trees. And I'll click on models. Let's see here. Okay, there's a tree right here that I'm going to bring in, and to bring it into the file, just click on the download. Okay, and there it is. I'll go ahead and place it right there. Right after you bring them in, if you go to the components tool here, and if you look at what's already loaded into the file, you should see the Sketchup, the scale figure that came in with a template, and there's the new one that I just created. And if you click on that again, you can place more of these. So I'll just go along here and keep clicking in and place a few of these trees. I'm using the grid on the floor as a tool to sort of line them up approximately. And I'll just add them in this row all the way across here. Add one more. So now we created the tag there. I'm going to go ahead and select them. And I will put the tag as the trees and shrubs. Okay, so I should be able to turn them off and on. Other things that you can bring in, people are good. Anything you think would be appropriate, you know, or you could be a little silly and bring things that aren't, you know, what you would normally think about as part of a pavilion project. But again, people are good. I'm going to eliminate my scale figure now because I'll be bringing in some. Let's go back to the 3D warehouse. And this time I'm going to type in shrubs and choose model. And I'll browse for, okay, so there's one here that's called large shrubs, and I will go ahead and bring those in. You may find that you get these messages that talk about the file size, and if that becomes a problem, you may want to get rid of that particular component and look for something else. But I just wanted to bring this particular one in to show you something. You'll notice that some of these appear to be just like, you know, 2D elements. And if you come behind them, you can't, or to the sides of them, they are like paper thin. So one thing that you can do with your component settings, I click on components, there's the new one I just brought in. There is a button that will orient these elements so that they're dependent on the camera angle that you're currently in. So when I orbit around here, they're kind of rotating along with me. Okay, and now I'm going to go, and as I mentioned, people are nice to include in the model. You know, you can bring in kind of single or groups of people. There's also some that allow you to bring in a whole bunch of people at the same time. And again, you might experiment with these, and some of them may work for you, some of them maybe not. So like there's a whole group of people in this one, and I'm going to see what happens when I bring this one in. So for this one, you know, maybe I can put some of them on one side of that long wall and the others on the other side. and kind of shift them around, kind of, got some problems here to resolve where people are half in, half out, but just for the purposes of illustration here. So this one, this should have its own tag. We'll call this people. And then click on it and go to the entity information. I can put it on that layer. And that's basically it. The next steps are to create some scenes. And again, if you want to add more things, you're welcome to create some scenes and upload those files.